Welcome to West Hills Unitarian Universalist Fellowship, where we have an amazing choir. I am the Reverend Tracy Springberry, and it is my pleasure to serve this welcoming and caring congregation. I close my eyes at night, wondering where I would be without you in my life. Everything I did was just a bore. Everywhere I went, it seems I'd been there before. But you brighten up for me all of my days with a love so sweet in so many ways. You could sing that song to a lover, or you could sing it to a community where you belong. WHUUF strives to welcome and offer belonging to every person who comes through our doors. We welcome you no matter who you love, no matter how you identify your gender or your immigration status. We welcome you if you are online or in the building, upstairs or downstairs. We welcome you, whether you are dreading Thanksgiving this week and the beginning of the holiday season, or you are simply delighted by it all, or somewhere in between, which is where I live. We love welcoming so much that we are now overflowing with people. Imagine if the choristers were sitting among you. We may have to sit closer to others than we like. We may have to park far away and walk. And all of this can be inconvenient and uncomfortable. And this is the beautiful, complicated growing pains of successful welcoming. This success asks more of us, like connecting with people who live near you and carpooling, even when carpooling can feel really inconvenient, or like sitting downstairs sometimes, or like moving in, even when you prefer the aisle row. And so this congregation is working on longer-term solutions, and anyone is invited to help with that. We are considering a second service and searching for some short-term parking solutions. And we have started to work on the initial steps to begin a capital campaign so we can expand the sanctuary and downstairs and improve accessibility. And I am delighted, simply delighted at the joy that so many of us feel as we open our arms wider and wider to all the people who need WHUUF and then add so much new energy and new ideas to our community. So after the service, we have coffee downstairs and online. It's in your order of service online. And it will be good to meet and greet each other. So now we have our question and greeting for the day. And the question is, what is something you enjoy about being alive? So Isaac, what's something you enjoy about being alive? invite Ada up to light our chalice this morning. Is she here? Yay. We light this chalice for the love at the center of our faith. Let us say our affirmation together. Let us open our eyes to see what is beautiful and what is wondrous. Let us open our minds to learn what is true and what is mysterious. Let us open our hearts to love ourselves and our neighbors. Our opening reading is by the Reverend Rebecca Savage. Rejoice. Rejoice with full hearts, beloved people of blessing. Rejoice. Blessings are real and ours to claim and radiate. Blessings are abundant and ours to revel in and pass along. Blessings are transformational and ours to be challenged by as we grow towards the faith we know we can be. Rejoice. And now is our time for all ages. We don't have a lot of room, so I asked the children to stay in their seats this morning. And this is a book about rejoicing. It is called What a Truly Cool World by Julius Lester and Joe Cepeda. Somewhere. Oh, turning it on. It's going to help. A little bit. Okay. It's on. Oh, we got it. Yes. Okay. When God finished making the world, he felt as bright and sunny as love. He had never made a world before, and if he said so himself, and he did, he thought he'd done a very good job. God looked at the round ball of green and blue and brown, and people were down there too, black, white, brown, yellow, and red ones, and animals, horned, clawed, winged, and furry. God smiled and decided to go home and get ready for bed. Just then, Shinakwa, the angel in charge of everybody's business, came bursting through the door of the throne room. God, what do you call that down there? She wanted to know, pointing out the window. That's the earth, ain't it pretty? Shinakwa looked at God like he was blind in one eye and deaf in the other. Don't look at me. I don't want to hurt your feelings or nothing like that, but what you got makes it look kind of boring. God narrowed his eyes and stared at the world again. You right, Shinakwa, he admitted reluctantly. I know I'm right. I'm always right. The next morning, God woke up early to do some more creating, but he didn't know what. When he walked into the throne room, the hallelujah angelic choir of 16 trillion voices started chanting like it had done every morning for the part of the 19th, 11th, trillionth year. God, God, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. That's true, God thought. I'm the man. Bruce, he called out. Bruce was God's secretary. He was standing in the corner, brushing his wings. Yo, what's up, deity? He asked, hurrying over to God. Bring me a pair of scissors. Bruce had no idea what scissors were since they hadn't been invented yet. He flew off to the library of everything that is going to be and typed scissors on the computer. Poof! Next thing he knew, he was holding two long, sharp pieces of metal joined in the middle. Awesome, Bruce proclaimed. He flew back to the throne room. Here you go, mighty one. God leaned out the window, his arms stretching till they reached the earth, and he began clipping the trees. Tiny green pieces of leaves floated to the ground, and that was how grass and bushes came to be. That's better, God declared. Now the world isn't so brown. That ought to satisfy Shaniqua. God wasn't finished being pleased with himself before Shaniqua charged into the throne room. How's that? God asked proudly. Shaniqua was not impressed. Blue, green, and brown, is that the best you can come up with? God sighed and looked at the world again. Shaniqua was right. Everything still looked drab. What was he going to do? Oh, that's where we are. The next morning, God woke up with an idea, but he wasn't sure if it would work. He skipped breakfast and headed towards the edge of heaven. "What's up, mighty maker?" Bruce asked, flying alongside God. "You'll see. Where's Shaniqua?" "Right behind you, God." The angels sensed something big was going to happen. By the time God arrived, they were sitting on the clouds waiting. They had brought picnic baskets and coolers filled with lemonade, and they were eager to see what God was going to do. God stepped to the edge, cleared his throat, and out came the most beautiful sound the angels had ever heard. "What's that?" Shaniqua wanted to know. "Why, that's music," Bruce exclaimed. He had been reading about it in the library of everything that's going to be. "That's music," he repeated in wonder. God's singing was like a choir of 6 million voices. High voices, low voices, voices singing notes only dogs heard, and voices singing notes only the whales in the deepest part of the ocean heard. As the notes came out of God's mouth, they took shape and became circles and squares and spirals and trapezoids and triangles. The shaped notes floated through space and down to the earth, and when they touched the ground, they turned into colors, red and blues and purples and yellows and pinks. "What's all them colors?" an angel asked Bruce and pointed down at the earth. Wait. Bruce shook his head in amazement. "Those are flowers." "Flowers," the angel repeated in hushed whispers. Shaniqua couldn't believe what she was seeing and hearing. "Go on with your bad self, God," she laughed with delight. As the notes sprinkled into the ground, they bloomed, and each said its name, and the names were like music: daffodil, sunflower, chicory, amaranth. Let me hear you say that, amaranth. That's almost as pretty as God's singing, ain't it? Chamomile, gardenia, baby's breath. Close to evening, God stopped and looked at Shaniqua. "Give me 5, he said to her, holding up his hand. She slapped it hard. "You truly cool, God, truly." That night, when God went to sleep, he slept soundly. Finally, he was done with creating the world. The next morning, God didn't have one eye open before he heard whispering, "It's lonely down here." It was the flowers. "I know we were put here to make the world beautiful, but we're lonely." God couldn't believe his ears. Maybe creating a world had been a big mistake. He was probably going to be hearing nothing but complaints from now until... "Bruce!" God called in a voice so loud that heaven shook. Bruce had been trying to explain to his wife why he hadn't brought her any flowers yesterday when he heard God's voice. "Oops, gotta go. Himself is not in a good mood today. Don't wait dinner." He put on his wings and was out the window. When Bruce reached God's house, the Almighty was sitting on the porch drinking coffee with his wife, Irene God. Bruce had always wondered what God's first name was, but he had never had the nerve to ask. "Good morning, terrific Titan. Ain't nothing good about it." "What's the problem?" "It's them flowers I made yesterday. They're lonely." Well, sing something into creation to keep them company, Bruce said, and underneath his breath, George? My voice is hoarse from all that singing I did yesterday. And what did you just call me? God asked, getting angry. Nothing, fearless fixer, nothing. This is not the morning to mess with me. Yes, sir. Where's Shinakwa? She liked your singing so much that she's at home trying to teach herself to sing. How does she sound? Well, to tell the truth, almost as good as you. God smiled. Go get her. I want to hear this for myself. A few minutes later, Bruce returned with Shinakwa. She had never been to God's house or met his wife, and she was as proper as a little girl playing grown-up. Bruce says you can sing almost as good as me, God said. Shaniqua blushed and shook her head. No, sir. I was just singing around the house, that's all, singing to myself, really. Let me hear you. Shaniqua opened her mouth. The sound that came from her throat was as soft and smooth as a flower's breath. As quiet as it was, it could be heard all over heaven. The angels stopped what they were doing to listen. The sound was so beautiful that water began to flow from their eyes. And that is how tears came to be. The music went out to the universe. The stars and the planets had never heard anything so beautiful. Tiny pieces started falling off of them. These were their tears. The pieces floated down through space until they reached the earth. People looked up at the tiny scraps fluttering around. The yellow ones were the sun's tears. The blue ones were the tears from the moon. The white ones were the star tears. The red ones were from Mars, and the orange ones from Venus. What are they, the people wanted to know? Flutterbys, somebody called them. The air was filled with flashing colors as the flutterbys flew here and there, visiting and kissing each other. Look what you've done, God said to Shaniqua. You created flutterbys. Wrong, said Bruce. The silly word is never going to exist. Well, what are they? God wanted to know. Shaniqua smiled. I know. The people are a little confused. What they mean to say is butterflies. Ain't that pretty, Irene? Mrs. God agreed it was. So did God. So did the people on earth. They held out their arms, and the butterflies covered them with their entire bodies until each person was wearing a suit of butterflies. Give me 5, Shinakwa said to God. He shook his head. I couldn't have made the world without you, Shinakwa. And God gave her a big hug. What a truly cool world, God, truly. Now let us sing our song. Now let us sing our kids to their classes.
We hold you in our love as you go. May your hearts be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life, we hold you in our love as you go.
We have been given the world. We have been given butterflies, flowers, and music and color. Elaletta Suazo wrote of this truly cool world. Needles tumbling through the water, moss carpets the forest green, ferns uncurled, lichens twirled on every tree. How interconnected we are in this cool world. Rivers sweep needles to the shore, and they are taken apart by insects, microbes, and mycelium until they become molecules that tiny strands of mycelium feed into the roots of ferns and furs, and flow through the water into the body of moss. The plants offer energy from sunlight, give and receive, give and receive. Humans are interconnected. We could not live alone. We need others to help us access food and shelter. We give and receive, give and receive. This is why many traditions consider generosity one of the highest spiritual values. Both generosity and receiving that generosity is a circle of support that strengthens our connections to each other. So let us give generously this morning. And if you are a person who needs to receive during these financially fraught times, reach out to me. It is okay to receive. We will now take this morning's offering. Let us say our litany of giving. Let us be grateful when we are able to give, for many do not have that privilege. Let us be grateful for all those who share their gifts with us, for we are enriched by their giving. And let us be grateful even for our needs, so that we may learn from the generosity of others. How lucky we are to breathe. A baby's first act is to pull the air into their lungs. And after that, for our whole lives, we breathe. In Hebrew, Latin, Greek, and Sanskrit, the words for breath is the same as the word for spirit. Oxygen ignites the energy in our cells, animating us, giving us the vital energy of life, our spirit. So let us just breathe, witnessing how lucky we are to breathe. The act of breathing brings us alive, but also we cannot live without love, positive connection, and belonging. We take our first breath, and then we are held, wrapped, and fed. We are loved. We belong. We need this as much as we need breath. Love grounds us and binds us, feeding our souls. When we do joys and sorrows in this congregation, we practice one of the skills of love, the practice of acting, being present with people as they experience their lives. Today, we acknowledge the Trans Day of Remembrance, which was held on November 20th. By official numbers, 27 trans people were murdered this year in the United States. 15 of them were Black trans women, who usually make up the majority of trans murders each year. Another 21 committed suicides, and other sources report much higher numbers. And I drop our first stone for the heartbreak and horror of these deaths. And I drop a second stone for the beauty and courage of all trans people. We will now come forward to drop a stone in the water to represent your joys and sorrows, and allow that moment to be witnessed by the love of this congregation. If you have just a sentence or so that you want to share with us, we'll be happy to hear it. Otherwise, you can drop your stone in silence.
Some of you knew my daughter Jane when she was a child, and some of you know her now as a child care provider. If you see her, wish her a happy birthday. She's turning 21 soon.
My wife lost her job this week, and I broke my foot, so I think as a couple we could use a little bit of support in the next couple weeks.
for my daughter Carolyn, who underwent an operation.
I lost my job this week and my wife broke her foot.
So over 365 transgender persons died through violence in the past year. I regret I can't say all their names.
I decided I'm not too old to follow my dreams, and I'm going to be entering a plant-based coaching certificate program from a wonderful school in January.
So it's been a big year. I got married, which was a big deal, but I've had some big sorrows, like my mom passed in an interner that felt too big to share at the time. And so this is more grief for not feeling able to share.
I'll come back for that, but that's my 5-year chip because being part of this has helped keep me sober, and I am so grateful for all of you, and I am so thankful that no matter what I'm doing wrong in my life, I'm here with you and part of community with you. Thank you.
I want to recognize the positiveness and the energy and the determination to go forward of a friend of 50 years that's my age who went in for a heart attack. 3 months later had his leg removed above the knee because the circulation had killed the leg. And he's just, he just, after months, just got home a month ago and is already back in school and, learning and planning to do a video and all sorts of things I don't do at my age.
I've been watching online for weeks, but I wanted to come in person because I am 60 days clean and sober today.
Rob and I opened our home to foster a cat that I hoped wasn't the beginning of how I got a cat again, but it was the beginning, so now we have a forever cat.
Good morning. I'm here to tell you about Violeta McClellan. She's been coming here for quite some time. It was just a few weeks ago that she became an official member of this congregation. She had what was supposed to be a fairly simple heart surgery at OHSU. She's not doing well. There was major complications. So she's in the ICU. I go see her every day briefly, but I wanted to let you know that one of your members is touch and go.
I want to express my gratitude to the Choristers for keeping me buoyant and giving me a reason to come out here to this wonderful congregation, and also to hold up one of our dearly departed tenors, Doug Watson, whose life we celebrated this last Friday, and it was just such a wonderful outpouring of love and support from the choristers and from many who knew Doug.
I would like to also drop a stone for Gary Baker, who is recovering from heart surgery, and for Molly, because they moved a few days before the heart surgery. So Imagine that. And a stone for my son and wife and week-old granddaughter, Tula. It's a great joy, but they're also struggling with some complications. So if everyone could keep them in their hearts. And so one last stone for all the joys and sorrows that remain in our hearts.
Oh.
Today, the choristers will sing for us Gracias a la Vida, Thanks to Life, by Violeta Parra. This is one of the most beloved and the most covered songs in Latin America. It is a love song to life. Thanks be to life that has given me so much, it begins. It has given me two eyes, which when I open them, perfectly distinguishes black from white. The star-covered depth of the lofty sky and the multitudes, the one I love. Thanks be to life that has given me so much. It has given me sound and the alphabet, and with words I think and speak. Mother, friend, brother, and the light that brightens the path of the soul of the one I love. Violeta Parra grew up extremely poor in Chile. Her father kept his guitar locked away, but one day at 7, Violeta got her hands on it. She could barely hold it. It had to sit on the ground, but she began to play, and she never stopped. She showed genius early, but her parents disapproved of the career of a musician. However, after her father died when she was 13, she and her brothers and sisters would play in the streets for food or coins. Later, she lived with her brother in Santiago and improved her craft by playing in bars. Later, the same brother encouraged her to preserve traditional Chilean music, and this became her mission. She journeyed to small villages and farms all across Chile, talking to older people and collecting their songs. Gracias a la Vida continues. Thanks be to life that has given me so much. It has given me the step of my tired feet. With them, I walk around cities and puddles, beaches and deserts, mountains and plains, and your house, your street, and your courtyard. Parra married twice, had 4 children, and one who died at 9 months while she was away touring in Europe. Near the end of her life, she had a several-year relationship with the clarinetist Gilbert Favre, who she said was the love of her life, and who broke up with her to pursue his own musical career in Bolivia. She finishes her song, Thanks be to life that has given me so much. It has given me laughter, and it has given me tears, so that I can distinguish joy from grief. The two things my song is made of, and the song of all of you, which is my own song. Parra is considered the mother of the new Chilean song, a revival of Chilean folk music. Through her work, the music became well known throughout the world. Her original song, The Sparrowhawk, considered to be her greatest work, has been compared to Stravinsky and Beethoven. She was a genius, one granddaughter said in an interview with the New York Times. One of these people who touches a string that vibrates, and that vibration crosses time, space, generations, and languages. The piece you will hear today, Thanks Be to Life, is by far her most popular. And just months after she wrote it, she killed herself. The act clashes harshly against the joy of Gracias a la Vida. No one knows why she killed herself. No one usually knows these things, except to say that she was having a hard time. She was struggling with her physical health. She was depressed, as she sometimes was, and the breakup with Favre devastated her. Parra was grateful for life, but she could not bear to live it anymore. The pain, in the end, overcame her. We can be intellectually grateful for music, beauty, color, breath, love, care, community, and at the same time, sometimes not be able to feel it. And this is the dark side of human experience. Life can sometimes be so difficult and traumatizing, and sometimes we withdraw, tossing in the pain and our own bleak stories. I can imagine Parra writing Gracias a la Vida in a spurt of joy that broke through her darkness. And for a moment, she felt gratitude, really felt the gratitude for the goodness of being alive. In today's service, we've experienced life's joy as exuberance, as love, as an act of attention, and a soulful rap of love. And now we will hear joy that is pressed through pain and like breath enlivened.
Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me dio dos luceros que cuando los abro, perfecto distingo lo negro del blanco y en el alto
Thanks be to life and this truly cool world of crowded communities, of love, of flowers, of butterflies, and the spectacular living world that intertwines us with its own being. Let us never stop singing the world's praises, no matter our mood or what has happened to us. Let us rise and sing our final hymn, 1010, We Give Thanks.
It's actually 1010 if you're looking in your teal hymnal, but we've got the right text up there for you.
Looking for moments of joy. Let us turn front to the back and back to the front to sing our final hymn. Carry the flag.